Words shape our reality and reflect our mindset. Stoic philosophy, practiced by great thinkers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, teaches that by mastering our language, we can gain control over our emotions and actions. Intelligent people, grounded in Stoic principles, understand that their words are a reflection of their thoughts, and thus choose them wisely to promote clarity, resilience, and rationality. In this article, we'll explore 6 things intelligent people never say, and how adopting Stoic principles can help you think, act, and speak with purpose. I can't do this. The importance of resilience and perseverance, as we discussed earlier. The words we speak shape the way we perceive ourselves and the world. When an intelligent person encounters a challenge, they never say, I can't do this. Why? Because they understand the power of resilience and perseverance. These qualities are the foundation of Stoic philosophy, and they act as a guide when faced with life's obstacles. Imagine a person who's always dreamed of starting their own business but feels overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of the task. They may face financial struggles, self-doubt, or even the skepticism of others. However, instead of succumbing to fear and saying, I can't do this, a Stoic-minded person would reframe the challenge and see it as an opportunity for growth. They understand that every obstacle is an opportunity to develop inner strength and wisdom. Take the example of Sarah, who decided to launch her own photography business. At first, she faced numerous setbacks. Her equipment broke down, she struggled to find clients, and doubts began creeping in. In those moments, Sarah could have easily given up, throwing in the towel and saying, I can't do this. But instead, she applied Stoic principles of resilience, focusing on what was in her control and accepting what wasn't. Instead of panicking over the failures, Sarah viewed each one as a lesson, a stepping stone toward success. With time, perseverance, and a positive mindset, she turned her business into a thriving success. This attitude of resilience over defeat is at the heart of Stoicism. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius believed that we can control how we respond to challenges, even if we can't control the challenges themselves. This belief doesn't mean denying difficulties, but rather embracing them with courage and self-awareness. An intelligent person doesn't let negative circumstances dictate their limits. They adapt, persevere, and keep moving forward. When faced with life's difficulties, intelligent people ask themselves the right questions. What can I control? How can I grow from this? Instead of retreating into defeatist thinking, they focus on the present moment and the actions they can take to move closer to their goals. They understand that challenges are temporary, but the lessons learned through perseverance will last a lifetime. By adopting this mindset, we stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks and begin seeing them as opportunities to refine our abilities. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about embracing it and using it to fuel our growth. And in this process, we break free from the limiting belief that we are powerless in the face of difficulty. Next time you face a challenge, remember this: I can't do this is never the answer. With resilience, perseverance, and a Stoic mindset, you have the power to turn any obstacle into a chance for personal transformation. It's not about avoiding setbacks. It's about how you rise each time you face them. That's not my problem. Embracing responsibility and control, building on the idea of resilience. The next essential quality of intelligent people is their ability to take responsibility for their actions, choices, and the situations they find themselves in. When challenges arise, an intelligent person doesn't say, "That's not my problem." Instead, they recognize that their reaction to any circumstance is always within their control. Imagine Mark, a project manager at a tech company. One day, a team member missed a crucial deadline, causing a delay in the entire project. It would be easy for Mark to say, "That's not my problem," and shift blame onto his colleague. After all, it wasn't his fault that the task wasn't completed on time. But Mark chose a different path. Instead of blaming, he took ownership of the situation. He gathered the team, discussed solutions, and helped them realign their efforts to get back on track. Rather than throwing his hands up in frustration, Mark used his control to bring the team together and find a way forward. This approach embodies the Stoic principle of focusing on what is within our power to change. In Stoicism, we are encouraged to focus on our actions, reactions, and attitudes rather than external circumstances. The ancient Stoics taught that while we can't control everything, we can control our responses. Intelligent individuals understand that their personal power lies in their ability to act, not in blaming external factors. When we say, "That's not my problem," we relinquish control and give away our power. It's easy to feel like we are victims of circumstances, and it's natural to want to avoid responsibility for things that don't seem to be our fault. But the intelligent person doesn't indulge in this victim mindset. Instead, they own their situation, regardless of where the fault lies, and find a way to solve the problem. This doesn't mean taking on more than is reasonable or sacrificing your well-being, but it does mean understanding that you have the power to influence outcomes, no matter the challenge. For example, Emma found herself struggling with her health after years of neglecting self-care. Instead of blaming her job, family, or financial struggles, she decided to take responsibility. She started making healthier choices, sought advice from a professional, and worked to change her habits. By choosing responsibility over blame, Emma reclaimed control over her life and began to feel empowered. Embracing responsibility doesn't mean we have to be perfect or that we should bear the weight of the world on our shoulders. It simply means acknowledging that we have a role in the outcomes of our lives. When we stop passing the blame and start taking ownership, we can shift from a passive existence to an empowered, proactive one. So next time you face a challenge, rather than saying, "That's not my problem," ask yourself, "What can I do about this?" By embracing responsibility, you unlock your true potential to influence and improve your circumstances. The power to create change begins with you. I was born this way. Understanding the power of choice and growth, building on the idea of taking responsibility. An intelligent person never says, "I was born this way." They understand the profound power of choice and growth. While it's easy to think that our circumstances, personality traits, or past experiences define us, the intelligent individual sees life as a continuous journey of self-improvement and transformation. Take the story of James, a man in his early 30s who always believed he was destined to be an introvert. Growing up, he was shy and often felt socially awkward. He told himself, "I was born this way," accepting his introversion as an unchangeable part of his identity. But as he got older, James realized that while certain aspects of his personality might be influenced by nature, his behavior and responses were always within his control. Inspired by Stoic teachings, he began to embrace the idea that we can grow and evolve regardless of where we start. James made a conscious effort to push himself out of his comfort zone, taking small steps to engage in social situations and practicing self-confidence. Over time, he not only became more comfortable with others, but also found a new sense of joy in connecting with people. His belief in the power of choice allowed him to shift from a passive acceptance of his nature to an active pursuit of personal growth. The Stoics, like Epictetus, taught that our circumstances or natural tendencies don't have to define us. We are not imprisoned by our genetics or environment. Instead, we have the ability to shape our future through choices, discipline, and learning. Intelligent people understand that the key to transforming their lives lies not in blaming their nature or past, but in focusing on what they can do in the present. They take the reins of their own growth. Saying, "I was born this way," is a passive mindset that relinquishes control. It's easy to use this phrase as an excuse to stay stagnant, to avoid change because we believe we are stuck with the traits or circumstances we were born into. But intelligent individuals know that no matter where they start, they can always choose to change. Growth is a conscious decision. Consider Mia, who once believed she would never be good with money. Raised in a family that struggled with financial management, Mia always thought she was destined for the same fate. But after reading books on financial literacy and seeking advice from mentors, Mia realized that financial success wasn't about innate talent. It was about making informed decisions and learning. She took full responsibility for her financial situation, educated herself, and within a few years, she went from struggling with debt to being financially secure. The intelligent person does not accept limitations based on their past or who they were born to be. They believe in the power of self-discipline and the ability to evolve. They understand that with the right mindset and effort, change is always possible. No matter your starting point, your potential for growth is unlimited. So, when faced with challenges or feelings of being stuck, remind yourself, you are not bound by your past, your nature, or your circumstances. Instead, focus on the choices you can make today to become the person you want to be. Tomorrow, your future is in your hands. I'm too old for this. The timeless value of lifelong learning, building on the idea of embracing growth and the power of choice. The intelligent person never says, I'm too old for this. Instead, they understand that learning and self-improvement have no age limit. Age is not a barrier to personal development, and the wisdom of Stoic philosophers reminds us that our potential to grow and evolve is timeless. Take the story of Robert, a 55-year-old man who had spent his entire career as a mechanic. One day, he became fascinated with technology and decided to pursue coding. Many of his friends and family were skeptical. They told him, "You're too old for this. Leave it to the younger generation." But Robert, inspired by Stoic thinking, chose to ignore these doubts. He began taking online courses in his free time, practicing coding, and immersing himself in the world of technology. His journey wasn't easy, and he faced numerous setbacks, but Robert's persistence and belief in lifelong learning paid off. Within a few years, he landed a job as a junior software developer, proving that age was no obstacle to learning something new. The Stoics, especially Seneca, spoke about the importance of constant self-improvement, regardless of one's age or stage in life. They believed that we are never too old to pursue new goals, learn new skills, or explore new paths. In fact, they saw life itself as a continuous opportunity for growth. An intelligent person never stops seeking knowledge, regardless of their age, and they understand that true wisdom is a product of a lifetime of learning. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that certain opportunities are only for the young. Society often places limits on what we can achieve based on our age, but the intelligent person knows that these societal expectations are nothing more than barriers we place on ourselves. In fact, the older we get, the more experiences we have to draw upon, making us even more capable of understanding and mastering new skills. Consider Lily, a 62-year-old woman who had spent most of her life as a stay-at-home mother. One day, after her children had grown up, Lily decided she wanted to write a book. She had always loved reading but never thought she had the ability to write. At first, the thought of starting something so big at her age was intimidating. But Lily chose not to let her age define her. She enrolled in writing workshops, joined a local writing group, and spent her evenings working on her manuscript. Eventually, Lily published her first book and became a successful author. Her story is a testament to the fact that the pursuit of knowledge and passion can happen at any stage of life. Saying, "I'm too old for this," is a mindset that limits us, locking us into outdated beliefs about what is and isn't possible. The intelligent person embraces the reality that age is merely a number. Whether you're 18 or 80, the opportunity to grow, learn, and evolve is always within your reach. So, next time you feel discouraged by the idea of starting something new, remember, age is not a barrier to growth. With a mindset rooted in lifelong learning and Stoic principles, you can achieve your goals no matter when you decide to begin. Life is a journey of continuous learning, and it's never too early. I don't have time. Prioritizing what truly matters, building on the idea of lifelong learning. An intelligent person never says, "I don't have time." Instead, they understand that time is a resource that we all have in equal measure, and it is up to us how we choose to allocate it. The Stoic philosophers often emphasize the importance of time, urging individuals to use it wisely, as it is the one resource that cannot be replenished once lost. Let's consider the story of Jessica, a mother of 3, working a full-time job while managing household responsibilities. Like many, she often felt overwhelmed, constantly juggling between her children's activities, work deadlines, and maintaining some semblance of personal time. She found herself saying, "I don't have time," whenever an opportunity for self-care or personal growth presented itself. But over time, Jessica realized that this mindset wasn't serving her. It was keeping her stuck in a cycle of exhaustion and stress. One day, after feeling completely drained, Jessica decided to take a step back and reevaluate how she was spending her time. She remembered a piece of advice from Marcus Aurelius, who said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." With this in mind, Jessica recognized that time was fleeting, and how she chose to spend it would determine the quality of her life. She started setting clearer priorities, cutting out unnecessary distractions, and carving out time for activities that nourished her mind and body. She began exercising in the mornings, reading for a few minutes before bed, and even taking short moments of mindfulness throughout the day. Slowly but surely, Jessica found herself feeling more balanced, fulfilled, and less overwhelmed. The Stoics were deeply aware of the impermanence of time. Seneca, in particular, wrote extensively on the subject, warning that we often waste our time on trivial matters, leaving little room for what truly matters. An intelligent person recognizes that time is precious, and while they may not have endless hours in the day, they have the ability to prioritize. By saying, "I don't have time," we are essentially allowing external factors to dictate how we live. But when we shift to saying, "I will make time," we take control over our own destiny. The key here is not to look at time as an obstacle, but as an opportunity. It's not about having more time, but about making the most of the time we do have. This doesn't mean that every minute of our day needs to be scheduled or spent productively. Self-care, relaxation, and moments of joy are just as valuable. But it does mean that we need to be intentional with how we spend our hours. Intelligent individuals don't fall into the trap of feeling like they don't have time. They understand that if something is truly important, they will find a way to make time for it. Take a moment to think about your own life. What are the things you've been putting off because you think you don't have time? Whether it's learning a new skill, starting a hobby, or even simply taking time to rest. Know that time will slip away if you don't take control of it. Make the choice to prioritize what truly matters, and watch how your life transforms. In conclusion, time is our most valuable resource, and how we spend it defines the quality of our lives. The intelligent person doesn't make excuses, they make time for the things that matter. Time doesn't have to be a constraint. With the right mindset and priorities, it becomes an empowering tool for growth and fulfillment. 8. To take the next step. I'll do it later. The power of taking action. Now, building on the idea of prioritizing time, intelligent individuals never say, "I'll do it later." They understand that procrastination is one of the greatest obstacles to success and personal growth. While it may seem harmless to put things off, waiting for the right time often leads to missed opportunities and the slow erosion of dreams. The Stoics, such as Epictetus, taught the importance of taking immediate action and not letting the present moment slip away. Consider the story of Sam, a young professional who always dreamed of starting his own business. He had an idea that he believed could change the industry, but he constantly told himself, "I'll do it later." At first, it was just about needing a little more research or waiting for the perfect moment. Weeks turned into months, and before Sam knew it, he was stuck in the same job he had always hated. His dream business still just an idea in his mind. He felt trapped by the belief that he didn't have enough time or resources to get started, and every time he thought about taking action, he convinced himself that later would be a better time. But one evening, after a particularly frustrating day at work, Sam had an epiphany. He realized that if he kept waiting for the perfect moment, he would never take the first step. Inspired by the Stoic mindset, Sam understood that there would never be an ideal time to begin. He had to start where he was with what he had. So he took immediate action. Sam researched his market, reached out to potential partners, and started designing his website. Although the process wasn't easy, and progress was slow at first, every small action led to another. And soon Sam's dream was no longer just a dream. His business began to take shape, and he found fulfillment in knowing that he had taken the leap instead of waiting for a better time. The Stoics often emphasized that the present moment is all we truly have. Waiting for the right time is a fallacy because that time is always in the future and never guaranteed. Intelligent individuals take action now because they understand that inaction is the enemy of progress. Procrastination is the easy choice, but it's also the one that robs us of our potential. The intelligent person knows that their future is built upon the actions they take today. not tomorrow. Saying, "I'll do it later," is a form of self-deception. It's a way of avoiding the discomfort that often comes with taking action, whether it's fear of failure or the uncertainty of the unknown. But procrastination only amplifies those fears, making them more daunting the longer we wait. By taking action now, we break the cycle of fear and inertia, empowering ourselves to create the life we desire. Think about something you've been putting off, whether it's pursuing a passion, improving a relationship, or taking steps toward a career change. What is holding you back? Time is fleeting, and opportunities don't always wait for us to feel ready. The intelligent person doesn't wait for later, because they know that later may never come. They act now, and in doing so, they begin to shape the life they've always dreamed of. In conclusion, intelligent people understand that waiting for the right time is often just a way of avoiding the inevitable discomfort of starting something new. By embracing action in the present, they build momentum and move closer to their goals every day. Don't let later rob you of the chance to take control of your future. The time to act is now. "I'll do it later." The power of taking action now, building on the idea of prioritizing time. Intelligent individuals never say, "I'll do it later." They understand that procrastination is one of the greatest obstacles to success and personal growth. While it may seem harmless to put things off, waiting for the right time often leads to missed opportunities and the slow erosion of dreams. The Stoics, such as Epictetus, taught the importance of taking immediate action and not letting the present moment slip away. Consider the story of Sam, a young professional who always dreamed of starting his own business. He had an idea that he believed could change the industry, but he constantly told himself, "I'll do it later." At first, it was just about needing a little more research or waiting for the perfect moment. Weeks turned into months, and before Sam knew it, he was stuck in the same job he had always hated. His dream business still just an idea in his mind. He felt trapped by the belief that he didn't have enough time or resources to get started, and every time he thought about taking action, he convinced himself that later would be a better time. But one evening, after a particularly frustrating day at work, Sam had an epiphany. He realized that if he kept waiting for the perfect moment, he would never take the first step. Inspired by the Stoic mindset, Sam understood that there would never be an ideal time to begin. He had to start where he was with what he had. So he took immediate action. Sam researched his market, reached out to potential partners, and started designing his website. Although the process wasn't easy, and progress was slow at first, every small action led to another. And soon Sam's dream was no longer just a dream. His business began to take shape, and he found fulfillment in knowing that he had taken the leap instead of waiting for a better time. The Stoics often emphasized that the present moment is all we truly have. Waiting for the right time is a fallacy because that time is always in the future and never guaranteed. Intelligent individuals take action now because they understand that inaction is the enemy of progress. Procrastination is the easy choice, but it's also the one that robs us of our potential. The intelligent person knows that their future is built upon the actions they take today, not tomorrow. Saying, "I'll do it later," is a form of self-deception. It's a way of avoiding the discomfort that often comes with taking action, whether it's fear of failure or the uncertainty of the unknown. But procrastination only amplifies those fears, making them more daunting the longer we wait. By taking action now, we break the cycle of fear and inertia, empowering ourselves to create the life we desire. Think about something you've been putting off, whether it's pursuing a passion, improving a relationship, or taking steps toward a career change. What is holding you back? Time is fleeting, and opportunities don't always wait for us to feel ready. The intelligent person doesn't wait for later, because they know that later may never come. They act now, and in doing so, they begin to shape the life they've always dreamed of. In conclusion, intelligent people understand that waiting for the right time is often just a way of avoiding the inevitable discomfort of starting something new. By embracing action in the present, they build momentum and move closer to their goals every day. Don't let later rob you of the chance to take control of your future. The time to act is now. If you found this video helpful or thought-provoking, we would absolutely love for you to give it a thumbs up. Smiling face with smiling eyes, your support means the world to us. And hey, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. We truly value your opinions and love hearing from you. Speech balloon, whether it's a question, feedback, or your own experiences, we want to hear it all. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out our other content packed with wisdom, motivation, and personal growth tips that can help you create the life you truly desire. Glowing star, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our next inspiring video. We've got so much more to share with you. Keep learning, growing, and thriving. Stay amazing. Flex biceps, seedling.